If you already know which games have been included in the following presentation, then you may have been stalking me. If you are going to do it again, please let me know in advance. Thank you. Greetings. I'm that UK gamer, also known as that gamer who can't be bothered to shave and is turning very slowly into Chewbacca. Also, I just feel like I look like what might be perceived as an American truck driver. No offense to any American truck drivers, I don't know any. Just based on what is portrayed in the media, I feel I look like one. What do you think? Do I? Do I not? Let me know in the comments. So, in this video, I am starting a new series with this, well, obviously, being episode 1. And in this series, I will take a specific segment, whatever you want to call it, of my collection. And this will be where I will look at games belonging to a set franchise and show what I have, what my favourite one is, what I think of it, where it's had an impact on me, how close I think it is to the series, etc. However, as that last clue may have hinted at, these series will be ones that are non-gaming related. They just happen to have games made of them. So, for example, this could be something which is a TV series, a film franchise, a series of books. So game series such as Mario, Sonic, Zelda, Pokemon, etc. They are out of it. Even if they happen to have their own movies, books, etc. They're still out. So, as an indication, future episodes are going to focus on series such as James Bond, Star Wars, Star Trek. I've got a couple of others lined up as well, which are a bit more, what's the word? I really can't think of what the word is. Niche. We'll go with niche. But personally, there's a good couple of games there, I feel, in my opinion. However, I figured, as this is going to be the first episode, we'll go back pretty much as early as we can. So, I am starting with something which is breaking the rules I said. And I probably will do a part 2 to this. But this is because I cannot limit this to one franchise. I am going back as early as I can and focusing on TV shows that I watched as a child and have had games made of them. So I will be covering 4 franchises. However, I have 7 games between them that I'm going to show off. I probably won't do this many games in future episodes. It's just part 1. I just want to get it going. Part 2 will focus on these series because I do have other games in them, but on more recent consoles. That is where I show these. These are the older consoles. In fact, some of these are going right back, as you're going to see, and for series which I do not believe I've even shown on this channel before, in terms of the series or the console. So, I'm not going to name the series yet because I have not decided on a name, but either way, it's episode 1. Let's take a look. And one of my favourite series when I was a kid had a major re-airing on TV. It was in 1992, I believe, on BBC Two, Fridays, 6 PM. So, if you're of a certain age, you may know what I was on about. I'm talking Anthea Turner, Blue Peter, Yogurt Pots. And I do not mean Blue Peter as being the franchise that has the game. If you don't know it by now, I'm talking about a 3-letter word or acronym. FAB. I'm talking about Thunderbirds. And as you can see here, I have a boxed copy of Thunderbirds for the Game Boy Color. This is actually my second copy I've ever had. I had a cartridge only one, which I gave to my brother after I bought this for approximately £5 or £6 on eBay. The box isn't in the best condition, unfortunately, but I'm still really happy with it. And what intrigues me is it actually, given by Total Game Boy Color, got 96%, and of course they got the FAB in it. It has all the 5 Tracy boys, so going from left to right, we have John, Alan, Scott. No, wait a minute, what am I talking about? John, Alan, Gordon, Scott, and Virgil, with Lady Penelope, Thunderbird 1 and Thunderbird 2. That's my one, Thunderbird 1. So, in case you don't know, Thunderbirds was about a team called International Rescue, a team of 5 brothers who had these awesome machines that would go around in different scenarios and go and save people in danger, basically. It could be on land, underwater, in the sky, in space, on a collision course with the sun. You get the idea. So, they made this game where I believe, because I've played it, but it was a while ago, you basically have to fly the ships around and go and basically, well, rescue people. There's also on the back a couple more vehicles. Thunderbird 3, which is the space rocket. That is my personal favourite of them all. And Fab 1. I actually had dinky toys of these as a kid and figures. I don't know how well you can see this, but Thunderbird 1 is flying above the screen. And also I have heard the music to this, and it does have the theme tune. And it's quite a nice mix, actually. Overall, the game could be a lot better. I'm not going to lie. It's not a 96% game. However, this holds a lot of nostalgia for me. I have the series on DVD and the movies. And I'm talking about the 1966 and 68 movies, I think they were. And of course, the recent Thunderbirds Are Go remake. So, being such a big fan of Thunderbirds, had to grab this. And this is one of the games that will feature on part 2, along with another Jerry Anderson series. Next one, we are going on to the Sega Mega Drive. And this is, in my opinion, one of the best 2D fighting games of all time. And it is one that is based off a TV series. So I'm not talking Street Fighter, etc. Mortal Kombat. I'm talking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is honestly an epic 2D fighter. I played it as a kid. I remember watching the series on TV as a kid. I remember even seeing the VHSs in Asda, which sparked memories by talking to someone on Twitter the other day who bought some, actually. There are actually further games for this. There was one for the movie, and there's another one, but I can't remember what. But I think on the SNES, there's a couple other fighting games and a racing one, I believe. And I believe the SNES version of this is different. I know there's a Mega CD one, which is basically just a movie where you just press buttons. From what I've heard. I did try to win one, actually, on eBay, but failed. It got a bit too expensive. Bought this from, I believe, Comic-Con in London a few years ago for about £7. It's got the hanger. It's even got part of the Sega logo. And, thankfully, it's complete. And this is one game I wanted to have complete. As when I started getting Mega Drive games, this is one I wanted to have. Also, I apologise for the lighting. This is the best I can do right now. You get the 5 Power Rangers. So, I'm sure you can guess this, but the yellow, blue, red, pink, and black. Also known as Trini, Billy, Jason, Kimberly, and Zach. And as well as 2D fighting with the Power Rangers and some monsters, you also get to do 2D fighting with the Megazords, which are their robots that come together when they battle giant monsters. If you've seen the series, you'll know what I mean. If not, it's very Japanese. Let's say that in terms of the graphics, in terms of the monster looks, in terms of the robots, the whole mecha thing. But if you have not played this, I highly recommend looking it up. It is an excellent 2D fighter. And it has awesome music. And was also the first game I played on my current TV. So, the one I tried to test it out, and it looked amazing. Okay, now we are going right back to a console that has never featured on the channel. And in fact, to be honest, I admit I don't even have the console yet. I want to get one at some point, but I grabbed the game as well I could. If you follow me on Twitter, you might have an idea what I'm talking about. Let's just say it's for the Commodore64. So, I'm talking about the good old cassette tapes. There's 3 games here. I had 1 and 2 a while ago, and I got 3 through the post this morning. So, This is the epic series that is known as Postman Pat. And no, unfortunately, I did not pay £1.99 for it. I can't even remember all the characters' names. Apart from Pat and Jess, who's his black and white cat. I think one of them might be Ted, but I'm not sure. I don't know what you do. As I said, I don't have a Commodore 64, so I couldn't play it. It's colourful. It's definitely colourful. Sorry about the glare. Cassette. Well, it's a cassette. It's a bit plainish, but I suppose you are limited what you can do with these. I can't even remember which way to put them around because I've hardly used cassettes for I have no idea how long. But this is just part 1 because there is also part 2. Yep. And as it says here, don't know where you can see that, but as seen on TV. Again, same characters, except there's some chickens. Look at the chickens, and I'm surprised Jess is looking at Pat rather than eyeing them up because they surely be his dinner. Wait, her dinner. Also licensed by BBC Enterprises. Unsurprisingly. In fact, this game is from 1989 when I was 2 years old. This is from 1988 when I was 1. So these would have been around before I even watched Postman Pat, which was one of the shows I did used to watch on TV. Being on BBC, it's probably the afternoons, 4 o'clock, what would now be CBeebies. Well, when CBeebies was on BBC One anyway. As I mentioned, it's colourful again. Still not sure what you do because I still can't play it. And this morning I had part 3 through. So, Postman Pat 3. To the rescue. And as I saw someone point out on Twitter when I posted it, it actually appears that Pat has actually driven straight into a steamroller with copies of the Yellow Pages flying out the van. So to, I think it was T-Boo on Twitter who suggested that's what's happening. I think you're exactly right, and yes, I would be very concerned about his driving. In fact, I think even Jess is confused as to like, why is he ignoring it? It's a new release, according to this, and this one is from 1992, so a good 3 years after number 2. It has, apparently, superb addictive arcade style gameplay, a must for the younger game player, first class graphics, a real fun game. Enjoy it. So, these are all from Pontefract, apparently, the company. It was Alternative Software Limited, which I'm sure to those of you who collect Commodore 64 means a lot more to you than me. So, I just want to cut into the video because I have an update. Since I recorded this video, I have actually purchased and received another entry which I feel qualifies for the video. So, I'm just going to shoehorn it in here. It is another classic British kids TV show featuring everyone's lovable Silent Bear and Squeaky Dog, Sooty and Sweep. Say it with me, everybody. Easy wizzy, let's get busy! Oh, come on, if you're a kid of the 90s, or maybe even the 80s, you know it. It's Sooty. Sooty! Look at Sweep, he's so adorable. I can't do the squeak, but he squeaks. And he says nothing whatsoever. Again, not sure what it does. Tends to have black background and furniture. I can tell you that much. So yeah, again, it's by Alternative Software, so it fits in with Thomas and Postman Pat. I don't think this was actually the Sooty series I may have watched. There was another one called Sooty and Co, which also had Sue the Panda and Cousin Scampy, which is about as British as you can get. But still love Sooty. because it's just something I used to watch a lot as a kid. I love Sooty, and I really want to try this game, because I'm intrigued to see how they can make a game out of, well, the Thunderbird ones were puppets, but these are like hand, almost sock puppets, so I'm intrigued to see how they can make a game out of that. I'm guessing it is just Sooty and Sweep rather than Sue and Scampy in it. Yeah, but just wanted to quickly throw Sooty and Sweep into a video, because it's a retro game, it's a show from my childhood, or at least the characters are. So, yeah, just thought I'd throw it in. Bye. But it is something I'm looking into and interested to. And actually, alternative software leads me on to my last franchise, where I have 2 games. One of which is actually surprisingly, well, a surprise. We'll go with that. Now, this last franchise is one which to be honest, I hold very dear to my heart. It's one of my absolute favourites from when I was a kid, and I'm talking like a young kid. I remember looking forward to watching it on CITV, I believe it was, when I came home from school. I remember watching it on Cartoon Network, like 7 o'clock in the morning, which is stupid because it's not even a cartoon, and I was very surprised it was on there. I had books, I had toys. It was a major TV series as a kid, and it's still going now, and it's rubbish because I've looked. So, what franchise am I talking about? If I mentioned the words Choo Choo, I'm sure a lot of you would guess what it is. I'm talking about that awesome kids TV series, Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. Not Thomas and Friends, Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. Okay? Get it. So, this one again is for the Commodore 64 and I believe the 128. There's easy and hard versions on this as well. And this is definitely colourful. There's no doubt about that. And as I said, again, it's some alternative software. So they may have had some agreement to kids' cartoons. I think one of these, I saw there's Count Duckula games as well. Talking of which, Count Duckula appears in Danger Mouse. And I found out there's a Danger Mouse game on the Switch. So that intrigues me. Yeah, again, it's from alternative software in Pontefract. Just trying to see if there's a year. Because so far I can't actually find one. 1990, so I would have been 3. I had to think how old I was for a second then. So I believe this would have actually been based on the 2 Ring of Star series from 84 and 86. It does include the original theme music, which, to be fair, as a kid, was iconic. And still is. I don't care. Love that tune. I don't know where you can see this, but there's tracks you drive along. There appears to be the Fat Controller, or the Top of Hat if you're in America. I don't know about the controller bit, but I'm definitely fat, so I'm halfway to being him. And in fact, my friend dressed up as the Fat Controller at Comic-Con. And I have to say, it receives a lot of admiration. Which actually surprised me, but I was really happy to see. And as I said, I had 2 games for that franchise, and I do actually have a couple more. I've got a DS and a Wii version. However, they're much more recent series. So I'm talking classic. Before it was CGI. CGI, no. Had to be the proper railway models. I'm talking about a game which is so rare, at least over here, it is in fact a North American exclusive. Which for a British TV show is actually very surprising in my opinion. In fact, to get this over here, I had to import it from Canada for about £50. I kid you not. And there were very few on eBay that I could do, especially in Complete. I think it's Complete. Yeah, as I said, North American exclusive, very few on eBay. Very surprising to me, as I said, for a British TV show. So this is Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends Adventure Series for the Mega Drive, or as I should say, Genesis, where it's exclusive, and also seen on the Shining Time Station, which was the way the Americans did it. And I've got to say, I had to look into it, and it's weird. This one is also made by a very old THQ logo. There's a special surprise inside apparently. Don't know what. Let's have a look. So this one uses recycled paper, so doing their own recycling, environmentally friendly thing then. It was made in Japan. Can't tell you what year because the red really doesn't stand out very well. But as you can see, it's colourful. There's a colouring bit, there's a game and races, and an even better shot of the Fat Controller, or as I said, being American, should I say so, top and hat. This is an example. You drive around, well, is it driving? I suppose, sort of. Collecting coaches and trucks, or cars if you're American, and guiding them around. To music from the TV series, because I checked. As I said, it is complete. Just going to block out this bit because it's got the old owner's name on it. Thankfully, as far as I'm aware, this is one that will work on a Mega Drive. It's not one of the few that are actually locked to North American consoles. So, very surprised this is an American exclusive. But as I said, this was a massive show from my childhood, along with, well, out of the other ones, more Power Rangers and Thunderbirds, but this was my big one as a little kid. So I just had to get this for my Mega Drive collection. And it's actually one of, if not the rarest items I have in it. It's also probably the most I've ever paid for a second-hand game. But when I had to pay this amount of beat, I was more than willing to for this. It's a shame about the hanger and the sticker. But overall, I am very happy to have this in my collection. Because, as I said, it's my childhood basically. And the fact it's an exclusive, much rarer game, just makes it that more special, I have to say. Anyway, sorry if that dragged on a bit and I repeated myself a little bit. I hope you liked the games I've seen. Maybe brought up some memories for yourself even. Do you have games from any of these franchises? What TV series, movie franchises, book series would you like to see further videos on with my collections of? I have others, as I've mentioned. I'd also just like to say how awesome is this hat. There are other brands of cola around, but I picked this up from a charity shop in Bath a few years ago for about £1, I think. I believe it's to do with the Olympics, possibly in 1996 in Atlanta. I think I saw somewhere. Yeah. And I would just like to say, especially to the Retro Bear, but to everyone who knows him, I am getting my own wall of Wii very slowly. There's actually a couple more shelves, but might have got a nice view of my legs there. But yeah, I'm still way behind you, but I'm getting there. Just over 200 now. And for those of you that are eagle-eyed, haven't spoken about Thunderbirds lately, you might just notice there is a Lady Penelope pop figure. So, there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode and this new series. And I will see you again soon. Bye.